This is the crankshaft coupler. This bolts right to the front end of your crankshaft. This is the tricky part to get on, because you gotta, well, I had to pull the whole dang radiator and all sorts of other stuff, but I had to get the radiator out of the way, and in order to do that I had to pull a couple other things, so wasn't fun. But what actually went, you can see the splines on that, that's just gone. And that's the end that went to the pump. And you can maybe see that the pump's a little chewed up. You know, it might, it might be okay, but who knows. I'm not throwing that pump away. Then you can see this spline shaft got a little beaten up too. But the way it goes, crankshaft coupler, splined shaft, spline sleeve, and then onto your pump, and that's your assembly, and that just right out of there. All right, so I got this crankshaft coupler. Probably would have been okay. The rubber's looking a little iffy, but I did a new one anyhow. And the new parts you're gonna get just ain't gonna fit up the same way. I had to do, here's my new one, I had to do a little bit of handwork on this spline shaft, and it's stinking tight in there, which is probably okay. And there will be a little tiny snap ring about halfway through the inside of this sleeve, and the sleeve I got didn't have that in there, but it had the grooves to accommodate it. I don't know if you can see it, but I got it worked into there. It's not, you know, it's not the same fitment. But we'll get to it, right? On this particular one, this big arm, up the side, up both sides, those are the hydraulic oil reservoir. And right here, filler on this one. And right here is your level indicator. And you fill it till it starts dripping, you know, running out that hole. And you cap her, you know, and of course you're gonna want to run all your hydraulics around and give it some more fluid till it runs out of there again, because when you run your hydraulics it's probably gonna suck some, you know, bleed some air out and all kinds of other crap. It's kind of hot out today, man. Another 4 gallons in, we're gonna give her a shot. Watch the camera, get away from the camera. work. But right now in this situation, my cutting brakes, you know, I stomped the right side brake, and she just wants to go whichever way she wants to go. It gets in a weird spot, but you'll see I'll push her out with the hoe, or I'll end up in the friggin' drink. We'll see, huh? Alright, this is where I was. Buddy. Hi. What you doing?
Walking.
This is where I was. That's why my cutting brake wouldn't work. I was, you know, left tire's in that big friggin' hole. I'm trying to brake it with the right wheel. And I let out the clutch and it kept wanting to.
Ow.
So you can see that's where my, right there, that's where my stabilizer was. That's the hole. Got a little close. You know, don't panic. You can move yourself around. And I was a bit nervous there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get around the other way and come up from the bottom, because this is kind of nonsense. It's wet under there, but that's from when it was leaking. It was dripping right off the bottom of this elbow, but I got it sealed up now. I took that back apart, cleaned it up, cleaned that end. Seems like there might be a little weepage out of this hose here. I don't know, but let's see about how we doing for water. Yeah, still holding, definitely circulating. The dang cap is a little foobarred. That's it. I got her. All right. These tires are baloney. Got to get the grill and the little, there's a chin piece that goes right over that pump. Now it's a pretty stout little piece. Got to get that back on, get the grill on, clean all the oil out everywhere. And there's the brakes. There's the brakes. There's the throttle. It's a real pain in the butt to try and throttle and work the cutting brakes at one time, especially when everything's covered in hydraulic and you're a little bit nervous. So you know, and even if I'd have had a straight shot, the front end was really trying to pull up in the air, so that's why I decided to go ahead and just push it out with the hoe. And you know, a few reasons I wanted to push it out with the hoe. I guess it might have made for some nice video if you guys caught any of it. I hope so. But just got to bolt a few things back up. Clean the mess out of the floor and my pants. And then old Lulu's back to work.
Get out of here, Mud.
Okay, good and clean.
Mommy had to splash. Get out of there, Ross. Nah. Oh.
He got his work cut out for him. Later, folks.